In the quiet hours of the night, when the world around you is shrouded in darkness, you find yourself jolted awake. Again, it's 3 a.m., and the thoughts start swirling like a raging storm. Heart pounding, no peace, just an echo of dread and anxiety. The clock ticks loudly, each second a reminder of the hours lost to sleeplessness. Why can't you quiet the mind that screams, "You should be further along. You should be thriving, not just surviving"? Your hand instinctively reaches for the phone on the nightstand. It's a pitiful act, yet one you've repeated over and over. Checking balances, scrolling through glossy posts of what's perceived as achievement. Instead of calm, you're met with the cold reality of a declined card notification. A feeling of humiliation washes over you, hot and suffocating. The thrill of those short-lived likes gradually fades, leaving a hollow emptiness. You realize that behind every snapshot of luxury is a nightmare, a facade you are trapped in of false wealth, a charade of success that crumbles under scrutiny. The judgment from others feels palpable now. You can almost see it manifesting like shadows in their eyes, penetrating your soul and reflecting your deepest fears. Their glances, once unnoticed, now seem to hold a mirror that flashes back the stark truth of who you really are. Not quite rich, barely surviving. And that's where most people get it wrong. They play the game, trying to fit a persona that society has dictated. They chase after the tokens of success. A shiny car, the latest gadgets, vacations that scream luxury, all on borrowed time and borrowed money. While you stand in front of the mirror wearing your mask of confidence, inside you know the truth. Each paycheck helps feed the lifestyle creep that keeps you shackled to anxiety and fear. Are you truly living, or simply existing in a cycle of shame and debt? You try to suppress these feelings, but they seep through the cracks of your constructed reality. What once seemed like a simple desire to keep up with the Joneses has morphed into a gnawing fear that you are, quite frankly, failing. Will I ever be able to retire? Will I ever break free from this cycle of financial slavery? These questions claw at your mind relentlessly. Days drift into weeks, weeks into months, and still, you can't escape the gut-wrenching anxiety lodged in your chest. It consumes your thoughts. It steals your energy. It encroaches on dreams never accomplished, making you wonder whether a way out even exists. And then, in the aftershocks of every unfulfilled ambition, doubt resurfaces like a repressed demon. The comparison game becomes relentless, fueled by social media glimpses of seemingly perfect lives. Friends post the highlights, all curated versions of reality designed to leave you feeling less than. In the spotlight of envy, you can feel it creeping in, the lack of self-worth. You might even lose sleep over whether what you own is enough or if your worth is wrapped up in possessions, rather than the essence of who you are. What if I told you? No one is coming to save you. The moments spent waiting for destiny to intervene are moments robbed from your potential. The clock isn't on hold. Time is slipping away. Each lost second rounds up to a deeper sense of regret. Every glance at your bank statement ignites a fire of embarrassment that you choose not to acknowledge. But there's a lifeline, a way to turn it all around. A voice you need to heed, one that speaks from a simple, profound wisdom. Warren Buffett, the grandfather saver. Yes, the billionaire, but more importantly, a man who personifies patience and aversion to debt. His teachings dissect the illusion of fake rich living. While others drown in turmoil, he remains a steady beacon of what true wealth looks like. If you identified with this, if the truth is too stark to ignore, it's time to make a change. Subscribe to recover your dignity. Join us and take the first step on a journey toward financial freedom, where the chains of shame and anxiety no longer dictate your future. Embrace the ability to redefine what richness means to you and reclaim the narrative of your own life. When the storm of self-doubt clouds your judgment, it's easy to feel lost in the chaos of financial obligations and the weight of societal expectations. In stark contrast to this tempest stands a figure whose very existence embodies the antidote to your turmoil, Warren Buffett, the grandfather saver. This isn't a tale of opulence and extravagant lifestyles. This is a narrative grounded in simplicity and profound wisdom that holds remarkable clarity in a world fraught with distraction. Picture this: a man who, for over half a century, has defiantly danced to the beat of his own drum amidst a cacophony of consumerism and fleeting fads. He's not the fast-talking salesman peddling the next big thing. He's the quiet, unassuming sage sitting by the window, observing the frenzy around him. Buffett teaches us that financial dignity lies not in the reckless pursuit of fleeting appearances, but in patience and steadfastness. He lives proof that real wealth is accrued through discipline and a serene relationship with both money and time. And his philosophy? It's refreshingly uncomplicated. Never invest in a business you cannot understand, he proclaims, cutting through the haze of complex investment schemes and short-lived trends. This wisdom is a lighthouse for those adrift in the stormy seas of financial chaos. It encourages you to simplify your life and trust in what you know. In a world where flashy cars and extravagant gadgets scream success, Buffett whispers a truth rarely heard amidst the clamor. Invest in your learning. But what he said about debt changed everything for those willing to listen. Buffett treats debt like a double-edged sword, a seductive instrument that can liberate or enslave. Imagine yourself standing on the precipice of financial decisions, grasping at the illusion of wealth conjured by credit cards and loans. In those moments, it's easy to believe you are on the path to greatness, yet the reality is stark. Debt breeds anxiety. It shackles dreams and cultivates a mindset steeped in fear. Do you hear it? The whispers of shame, echoing with every reminder of that mounting balance. You should be better. You could be free. Unlike the lure of instant gratification that society peddles, Buffett champions a slow but steady approach. He invests in simplicity, living below his means, paying off debt, and embracing the gradual accumulation of wealth through prudent choices. The ability to say no, he advises, is a superpower, one that frees you from the shackles of financial slavery, liberating your peace of mind and restoring dignity to your life. And that's where most people get it wrong. They often confuse the facade of affluence with true financial health. You may associate luxury with happiness, believing that the shiny possessions signify success. But have you paused to consider the truth hidden behind that glittering exterior? With every choice to live beyond your means, whether buying that new SUV or indulging in lavish vacations, you ensnare yourself further into a web of anxiety. Your self-worth becomes entangled with what you own, leaving you more vulnerable to moments of despair when the likes on social media fade into the ether. Can you feel it? That deep-rooted unease, gnawing at you like a relentless parasite? Buffett urges us to reflect on our choices, to strip away the complexities and confront the harsh reality of our expenditures. If you can't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. This isn't just a catchy quote. It's a life mantra rooted in foresight and discipline. If you persist in chasing the superficial, clinging to the shimmer of what it means to be rich in the eyes of others, you'll remain ensnared in an exhausting cycle, ultimately depleting your spirit and savings. Listening to Buffett is akin to receiving sage advice from a beloved elder. He encourages you to seize control of your narrative. Instead of waiting for someone to come and rescue you, it's time to become your own hero in this story. Remember, the world doesn't owe you a thing. It's your choices and actions that define your future. Can you imagine a life where you are no longer a prisoner to those social expectations? One where your self-worth isn't dictated by your possessions, but by the wisdom you've acquired through conscious choices. Buffett embodies the ethos of patience, a virtue that has been buried beneath layers of anxiety and the frantic need to keep up with those around you. He teaches us that wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, rooted in long-term planning and the courage to make sacrifices today for a brighter tomorrow. The question is, will you choose the path that leads to freedom and dignity? Or will you continue playing into the hands of consumerism that locks you in a cage of perpetual debt? As you navigate this tumultuous landscape, keep in mind, patience isn't simply about waiting. It's about taking action with intent. It's about understanding that each decision is a stepping stone to either liberation or servitude. If you align your choices with the principles Buffett imparts, you'll find yourself moving toward a future where your dignity is restored, your fears quelled, and your life redefined on your own terms. Now let's consider your next steps. Are you ready to put aside the charade of the fake rich and embrace the liberating wisdom offered by the grandfather saver? The answers you seek lie within. Don't let chaos dictate your narrative any longer. The choice to reclaim your financial dignity is in your hands. You may have felt it creeping in, that insidious cloud of dread that consumes your every thought. Let's face it, you are failing. and it's time to confront the brutal diagnosis. It's not a matter of luck or misfortune. No, it's a carefully constructed illusion of success that binds you in chains tighter than any prison. The math of debt, the social status trap, and the cruel grip of lifestyle creep are orchestrating a future devoid of dignity and freedom. Let's talk about the math first. The numbers don't lie. You see, debt has a way of masquerading as freedom but is, in reality, an anchor pulling you deeper into despair. Here's what you probably don't realize. Every dollar you charge on that credit card piles up with interest, and before long, it spirals out of control. It's a wicked cycle. Borrow now, pay later, and that later often feels like a never-ending struggle. The harsh truth is that each late payment, each moment of inattention to your finances, racks up more despair than you care to admit. You find yourself feeding the banks, an institution thriving on your inability to manage your desires and needs. And that's where most people get it wrong. They underestimate the power of compound interest, which works against you when you're in debt. While the wealthy harness it as a tool for growth, you fall victim to its relentless spiral of loss. Each month, your bills accumulate, filling your mind with anxiety. Each moment of hesitation, each impulse buy covered by credit, is another weight added to your shoulders. Can you feel that suffocating pressure? The stress of knowing you owe money starts to consume you, leaving you paralyzed, unable to make sound decisions. But wait, it gets worse. Not only is your debt multiplying like a voracious beast, but alongside it lurks the social status trap, an invisible cage connecting your self-worth to the latest consumer trends. You scroll through social media, feeding your mind images of lavish lifestyles, that perfect vacation, the luxurious car, that beautiful house. With every scroll, you feel that gnawing need to keep up. Is anyone else feeling this insatiable pressure? Let me remind you, this anxiety respects no borders. It's a global dilemma, a disease crippling your potential. Write in the comments which city or country you are watching from, because we are truly all in this together. Look carefully at your surroundings. What do you see? Too many individuals are bent on showcasing a lifestyle that their income levels cannot sustain. There is a facade erected by society around what success should look like, and far too many buy into it. You might even convince yourself that those material possessions will mask the truth, that they'll fill the void left by missed opportunities and regrets. Spoiler alert, they won't. Every penny spent on appearances erodes your financial health, contributing to the very spiral of despair we're trying to break free from. And then enters lifestyle creep, a silent, creeping monster that grows with every tick of the clock. You might not even see it coming. Lifestyle creep seduces you into gradually increasing your spending as your income rises. You land that promotion, get a nice raise, and voila. Suddenly you think it's time to upgrade your car, take that extravagant vacation, or indulge in that trendy new gadget. What happens is a sick irony. The very upgrades meant to elevate your life become the chains that lock you into a cycle of financial struggle. Your debts grow, your worries amplify, and soon enough, the bills invade your peace like an unwelcome intruder. But I have to say it once again, no one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends. The belief that someone else will bail you out, that tomorrow will bring a miracle, is a fallacy that leads to complacency. The moments spent hoping for change, waiting for a sign to turn it all around, are moments siphoning away your potential for a dignified future. The clock has no compassion. It keeps ticking, eating away at your time, the most precious commodity you possess. And while your friends may flaunt their new gear and gourmet brunches on social media, they too might be trapped in a world of facade. You can't see what's behind their smiles. They may carry invisible burdens as heavy as your own. The vicious cycle continues, creating a culture of unfulfilled ambition masked by rented joy. It's all too easy to slide down that slippery slope, believing the illusion that these purchases will grant you acceptance or happiness. But the addition only leads to multiplicative loss, both financially and emotionally. So let's pause for a moment and confront the reality head-on. Does your lifestyle reflect your values or your fears? Are you living authentically, or have you become a puppet dancing on the strings of societal expectations? The clarity you seek lies in being honest with yourself about what you truly desire and need, distilling your choices down to essentials that provide value and dignity. This diagnosis is harsh, and yes, it's painful to recognize. But remember, pain is often the beginning of your awakening. It's time to step outside the haze of denial, remove that mask of digital richness, and understand who you are without the influence of external validation. Shatter that mirage, for freedom begins when you disentangle from the beliefs that keep you shackled. It's time to reclaim your narrative. Acknowledge the weight of debt, resist the social status trap, and stand against the gnawing claws of lifestyle creep. Your future doesn't have to be dictated by the fear of pluses on a balance sheet or the fleeting satisfaction of momentary happiness. Instead, look toward the horizon where true dignity waits, untouched by credit cards and bravado, ready to embrace you fully. The path you choose today impacts the integrity of your tomorrow. Will you leap towards freedom or cower beneath the weight of the relentless societal expectations? The choice is yours. And remember this: transformation starts with a true understanding of the barriers holding you back. The clock may be ticking, but your resolve is the key to unlocking a future full of dignity and possibility. Welcome back to the battlefield of financial recovery, where we confront the dark specter of fake rich living. It's high time to dismantle the harmful illusions that have waged war against your dignity and future. The solution, dear friend, requires more than mere desire. It demands strategic action and unwavering commitment. Here are the tactical pillars you must adopt in your quest for liberation from the chains of consumerism. Pillar 1. The Dignity Fund. Imagine this: a sacred reserve of cash dedicated to the noble goal of reclaiming your financial dignity. The Dignity Fund is not just a savings account, it's a fortress. To start erecting this stronghold, it's imperative that you begin with a painfully honest assessment of your current financial habits. Sit down and confront your bank statements. Yes, it's time to face the music, the subscription services you don't use, the unnecessary dining out, the countless small expenses that chip away at your future. But here's the kicker: you can't simply stop there. You must redirect the money you uncover into your Dignity Fund. Here are specific steps to guide you. 1. Cut out non-essential expenses. Pick at least 3 recurring bills that upset your peace of mind. Cancel those streaming subscriptions you barely use. Cut back on that daily coffee purchase that cost you a small fortune at the end of the month. Replace these with frugality. Brew your coffee at home and dive deeper into self-discipline. And trust me, your pocket will thank you. 2. Automate your savings. As soon as you receive your paycheck, allocate a set percentage, aim for at least 15%, toward your Dignity Fund. This isn't a suggestion, it's a demand for your financial future. Set it up to transfer directly into a savings account, allowing it to grow quietly in the background. The painful mindset shift is necessary, but the reward of creating your fund will bring you peace of mind and empowerment. 3. Commit to your Dignity Fund contribution. Make a pledge to maintain or increase your savings rate every month. And please, don't forget to celebrate those victories. Acknowledge that each dollar deposited is not merely a number. It represents a step closer to liberation from the shackles of debt and lifestyle creep. This is your fortress, and you must defend it. Pillar 2. The No Debt Pact. Confront the beast of debt head-on, for it thrives on ignorance and fear. This solemn pact is not merely a suggestion, it's a fierce commitment to living within your means. When you face the prospect of accumulating debt, you must be unyielding and brave. Let's break down the steps. 1. Sell the car. Yes, you heard me correctly. Even if this decision feels monumental or unsettling, it's time to wake up. The costs associated with car ownership extend far beyond what you see. Insurance, maintenance, and gasoline, among others. When you sell that car, you're not just ridding yourself of a financial burden, you're setting the stage for a fresh, debt-free existence. Consider public transportation, rideshares, or even walking when possible. This not only saves money, but it cultivates a deeper connection with your surroundings. 2. Pay off your existing debt. Create a list of all debts, ranking them from highest interest rate to the lowest. Prioritize your payments. Focus first on the debts that create the most anxiety. Attack these with a relentless spirit. If it means depriving yourself of luxuries for the next few months or living minimally, embrace it. This is a battle worth fighting. 3. Credit card usage, the enemy. If you haven't already, cut up your credit cards. Yes, it may feel dramatic, but the truth is, this tool has become a trap, convincing you that consumption equates to success. Use cash only or implement a debit card strategy. Spend only what you have. You must treat money with respect and care, not as a means to buy your way into perceived happiness. Pillar 3. The compound interest advantage. Time is your greatest ally in this war against financial despair. Wealth is not created overnight. It's a slow, deliberate process. Your choices today cast ripples into your future, shaping your financial destiny. The compound interest advantage pillar revolves around leveraging time and stability. 1. Open a high-yield savings account. Set aside your dignity fund in an account that earns interest, watering the seeds of potential growth. Utilize tools available to you. Check your local banks or credit unions that provide you with options. In doing this, you'll witness your savings blossom over time rather than suffocate under stagnant interest rates. 2. Invest for your future. When you're ready to graduate from the foundations of savings, consider setting up a retirement plan, preferably a 401k or an IRA. Commit to monthly contributions. Harness the power of compound interest. Watch your investment grow exponentially over time. It's painful to think about putting money away for long-term growth, but you must think about 2026, 2030, and beyond. Dignity in your golden years is a future that deserves your attention now. 3. Seek knowledge on investments. Finally, educate yourself about basic investing principles and sound investment vehicles. Engaging with podcasts, books, or online courses can arm you with the knowledge necessary to make informed decisions. The path to wealth does not require perfection. It requires disciplined action over time. Embrace the journey ahead. This battle plan is not just a sequence of actions. It's a profound ally toward reclaiming your dignity and freedom. Look at each pillar not as a restriction, but as a step toward your empowerment. By making conscious choices, you begin weaving hope into the fabric of your financial life. This path will not be easy. It will require relentless commitment and confrontation of your fears. And yet in each struggle lies an opportunity for growth. What matters is that you stand firm, embrace these principles, and summon the courage to redefine what richness means to you. You are the architect of your own destiny, no longer confined by the chains of a fake rich existence. So, are you ready to fortify your financial future with the Dignity Fund, abolish your debt with the No Debt Pact, and embrace the compound interest advantage? The journey may be painful, but I assure you, on the other side lies a life defined by dignity and freedom. It's time for action. Are you ready to take the first step? The choice, dear friend, is in your hands. Embrace it. As you continue to fight against this insidious cycle of fake rich living, it's crucial that you equip yourself with armor to protect against the relentless pressures of envy and societal expectations. The allure of superficial success can overshadow your journey, leading you back into the abyss of financial strain. This block is your mental pivot, the transition that will empower you to resist temptations and embrace a future built on dignity rather than distress. Let's face it, your neighbor's envy can be a formidable adversary. You might feel that pit in your stomach when you see them drive up in a brand new car or host a luxurious gathering, their home aglow with the essence of material abundance. It's easy to get swept away in the moment, to feel less than when compared to the superficial glow of others. And that's where most people get it wrong. They forget that what glitters isn't always gold. The perceptions encapsulated in those fleeting glimpses are often just facades designed to mask underlying struggles. But here's the truth. Your financial journey is personal. It's less about what your neighbors think, and more about reclaiming your dignity and asserting your identity grounded in authenticity. To combat the envy that may arise, you must focus on your values instead of comparing them to perceived societal norms. The following strategies will create that armor against relapse, allowing you to rise above the noise of external judgment. First, cultivate an unwavering commitment to your financial vision. This means anchoring your decisions in your goals, not the ephemeral strings of envy that pull at your heart. Create a vision board, showcasing your desired future. Replace the images of material possessions with those representing feelings of peace and stability. What will your mornings in 2026 feel like? A gentle sunrise filtering through your window instead of a frantic alarm signaling debt mindsets? Visualize the quiet satisfaction of knowing that your dignity fund is flourishing, a bastion of empowerment that validates your sacrifices. Second, immerse yourself in a community that supports your values. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who understand the fundamentals of financial sanity and live frugally. Share your aspirations openly and lean on their support when the temptation to falter creeps in. It's liberating to hear stories of others facing similar struggles, reinforcing the understanding that this journey isn't taken alone. By connecting with those who value freedom over flash, you reinforce your resolve against social pressures. But here's the real secret to thriving in your journey. Practice radical gratitude. Each day, take a moment to acknowledge what you've achieved and the choices you've made that have brought you closer to a dignified life. This gratitude isn't a mere platitude, it's a transformative tool. Recognize that freedom requires sacrifices, and there lies immense power in that recognition. Say to yourself, I am choosing peace over pressure, dignity over debt. This mantra must echo in your heart when the sirens of envy call your name. As the years pass, a new vision of life in 2026 begins to crystallize. Picture it vividly. No longer are you a prisoner to anxiety or the clutches of keeping up with the Joneses. Instead, you wake each morning with serene clarity. Your heart feels light as you embark upon your day, no longer burdened by the weight of financial uncertainty. The soothing contentment of your dignity fund fills you with the knowledge that you are on solid ground, navigating your life with purpose and intent. Imagine walking through your neighborhood, no longer mindful of the shiny toys that tempt your resolve. Instead, you find joy in simple pleasures, sharing coffee with close friends, enjoying walks that stimulate self-reflection, and savoring moments of quiet without the incessant chime of financial dread. Are you catching the vision? If you embrace this plan, you could experience a profound shift where the echoes of financial security dance harmoniously with the melody of life. Your neighbors may still showcase their extravagant possessions, but their allure will no longer penetrate your freedom. With your emotional armor intact, the whispers of judgment fall silent, replaced by the roar of your confidence. Remember, freedom lies not in what you own, but in who you are becoming. As your heart fills with dignity, you create a ripple effect, spreading wisdom to others who may still be ensnared in the web of consumerism. As you visualize this bright future, keep a sharp focus on the present. Every decision you make is a step toward that 2026 vision. Will you choose a life designed by the weight of others' opinions, or will you carve your path to freedom and dignity? That choice is yours, and that choice empowers you. So as you continue this journey, embrace these principles to ensure you don't fall prey to the pressures of your surroundings. Build armor against envy. Seek authentic connections that open avenues to shared understanding, and honor your values through radical gratitude. You have the tools at your disposal to rise above the facade, and you have the vision to redefine wealth on your terms. In just a few years, imagine looking back at how far you've come, realizing that every step toward financial recovery was worth it. Feel the pride swell within you as you embrace a pain-free existence, governed by self-worth instead of self-comparison. In 2026, it's not too late to redefine what true wealth means and bask in the serenity born from living authentically. So, are you ready to put on your armor, strengthen your resolve, and march forward toward the future that awaits for you? Because that life of dignity, peace, and freedom isn't just a dream, it's your destiny. Step toward it, embrace it, and prepare to reclaim your narrative with unwavering conviction. As we approach the conclusion of this deep dive into the dangerous waters of fake-rich living, I want you to take a moment to breathe. Inhale the reality you've just explored, the harsh truths, the undeniable pain, the tumultuous journey ahead. I hope it resonates deeply within you, igniting a flame of urgency because, my friend, what stands before you is not simply a call to action. It is an ultimatum for your life. Are you ready to confront the brutal reality that has been holding you captive for far too long? The time for waiting in silence has passed. The time for complacency is over. You have embarked on a path toward understanding, a journey of awakening. But the choice ultimately rests in your hands. Will you continue to play the game dictated by societal expectations, or will you choose to break free? The power to escape the chains of financial slavery has always been within you, waiting for the moment of realization that today may very well be that moment. I urge you to reflect on this. The world has programmed you to believe that worth is measured in possessions. Yet here you are, armed with the insight that true wealth is rooted in authentic living, in cultivating your dignity, in embracing patience and sound financial principles. But with knowledge comes responsibility. Knowledge doesn't grant you freedom, it merely illuminates the path. It's what you choose to do with that knowledge that determines your destiny. As we wrap up this exploration, I want to thank you for recognizing the gravity of your situation, for giving me your time, which is your most precious asset. Thank you for allowing yourself to sit in the discomfort, to face the emotion behind your financial reality. In a world drowning in distractions and relentless noise, your willingness to confront what lies beneath the surface is commendable. Remember, it is only through facing our deepest fears that we can cut the cords that bind us. And let me be clear, the clock is ticking. Every moment spent wallowing in denial is a moment stolen from your potential to embrace transformation. The stakes could not be higher, and the question now becomes, how will you choose to show up in this life? Will you surrender to the shadows of financial despair, or will you rise and reclaim your dignity with fierce resolve? But here's what I know. You have the potential to rewrite the narrative of your life. I can't emphasize enough the importance of taking immediate action. The wisdom of Warren Buffett reminds us, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Are you investing in your future? Each decision you make, each step you take, decide carefully, for they are the building blocks of the legacy you wish to leave behind. Consider this. Do not allow the fear of missing out or the impulse to keep up with appearances to dictate your future. The allure of luxury may tempt you, appealing to your ego, but they are fleeting. Each time you succumb, you reinforce the chains of consumerism, placing yourself back into the hands of the fake rich mentality. You have the keys to unlock these shackles. Will you use them? Remember, freedom isn't about what you own, it's about who you are becoming. It's the journey toward becoming someone who lives authentically, rather than someone trapped in cycles of envy and debt. Your worth cannot be diminished by the opinions of others, nor can it be inflated by propping up facades designed to impress. The most liberating decision you'll ever make is to live according to your values, rooted in authenticity and purpose. I invite you now to commit. Commit to a life that emboldens your essence. Declare your intention to stop playing the game of fake rich and instead embrace the richness that lies in simplicity and dignity. Remember, when you stand firm in your values, you attract abundance, not just financially, but in all facets of life. This shift in mindset leads to more than wealth. It leads to peace and fulfillment. As we close this chapter, let the following echo in the chambers of your mind. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. This wisdom, brought forth by Buffett, serves as a powerful reminder that liberation begins when you prioritize your financial dignity over momentary pleasures. Redirect your energy towards building a future that reflects your true worth. In the end, the choice remains just that, a choice. Choose wisely, and the silent cry for freedom will not go unheard. Instead, it will form the anthem of your life, guiding you toward a future where shame gives way to restoration, where borrowed dreams transform into self-sufficiency, and where dignity reigns supreme. Now take a moment to embrace this commitment. Let it resonate deep within your heart. You owe it to yourself, to those who walk alongside you, and to the life you deserve. The road may be challenging, riddled with obstacles and moments that test your resolve, but recognize that every step forward is a testament to your strength. Dive deep into this journey of transformation and emerge not just alive, but thriving. Let the world witness your resurgence as you reclaim your narrative and redefine your legacy. Thank you for your time, for your courage, and for choosing to embark on this vital journey. Let us fade to black, not in despair, but in the profound power of possibility. The future awaits. You are free to seize it.